The city of Ferguson awoke to destruction Tuesday, buildings still smoldering from fierce protests overnight.
They determined that no probable cause exists to file any charge against Officer Wilson.
It was at this St. Louis County courthouse that prosecutors presented the evidence to a 12-member grand jury in this racially charged case. There were 9 white and 3 black jurors, similar to the racial composition of St. Louis County, which includes Ferguson, but the city is the inverse, nearly 70% black, 30% white. Former state prosecutor Debbie Hines believes demographics can interfere with justice in a case like this.
When you have things that are split down on racial lines, I just find that that's more than likely how the grand jury is going to determine the outcome of the case, subconsciously on the breakdown of race.
The fate of Officer Wilson, seen here after the altercation with Michael Brown, was determined by what Missouri's laws call for: randomly selected jurors from a fair cross-section of citizens. Gregory Carr teaches African American studies in Washington. He believes that issue of fairness is questionable.
Only very rarely do folks who are black, who are victims, get a jury that represents the demography of the communities they live in.
No decision has been made.
Ferguson's mayor says the officer will remain on administrative leave as an internal investigation continues. Meanwhile, the Department of Justice is looking into Brown's death and allegations of discriminatory practices by the Ferguson Police Department. Carr is not hopeful about the federal investigation, but does believe some good will come from the case.
This movement against police brutality, this movement against injustice has been energized, has been elevated by the events in Ferguson. And if nothing else, the social consequences of the grand jury's decision will be playing out far, far, far into the future.
Burning buildings, torching cars.
President Barack Obama said Tuesday he understood the frustration stemming from Ferguson, but that he has no sympathy for protesters who destroyed the city's buildings. Victoria Macchi, VOA News, Washington.